Welcome back, friends and family, to a special episode of Have a Seat with Uncle Roop. So today we have this Lowrider Classics, and I just have to say something real quick. In '98, I was a little fella, and the only thing that I wanted was this magazine. I was running through New York City, Manhattan, and hit every newsstand and every Barnes and Nobles, and finally, like at the end of the day, and it was a cold day as I remember it, I found this magazine at some Barnes and Nobles in the back behind like some Hot Rod magazines, and it made my day. I always loved bombs. I tried to recreate that. I only had an AMT model kit. I think it was a 37, 38 Chevy two-door convertible, but I got the testers rattle can in that dark red and that like blue. Mine was more blue than a purple, and I tried to recreate that car as a little model kit because I thought this is the coolest thing. I also later went to the Frisco's and I waited all day because I was thinking, yeah, they're gonna show up, but I guess that was the wrong day. So this is what's going on today, and let's start this. It's gonna be a short one because it's like for a '90s lowrider magazine, really thin, but it's gonna be an interesting one because I think for the time it was already like super cool, you know. And I, I know there's the Bombs magazine nowadays, but like back then in the '90s, that was just something, you know. Nowadays you only see the tovars, sorry, that pull something off like this. And you know, on not knockoffs, those are bolt on rims, and they are standards. They're not even reversed, but it looks so cool, you know. It lays the running boards. Those, like, I would never do that. I have 16-inch stock steel rims on my Buick. Sadly, no artilleries, but this is badass. Look at that. I mean, you can check my other videos. I'm not really the biggest fan of Chevy small blocks, especially in a '30s car, because the straight 6 and the straight 8 rule. Why would you do that? But, you know, I understand. Oh, yeah, and here's the next thing. You know, nowadays everybody sells on Instagram all the safety stars in the nice box, and somehow they have those somehow. And I have advertising in like late '80s magazines where they already had repops that looked like the original safety star. So whatever you buy nowadays for 700, 800, $1,000 is not a real safety star. Even if it says the whole like San Jose and everything in the back, it's not the real deal. Someone in a small garage is doing that, and they even silk screen the boxes so it looks original. So sorry, but yeah, this is cool. That would be a cool poster. And there we got the Southgate car show from '98. And okay, let's do this. A bunch of 39s. Nice. That 38 Buick. And what's also weird, you know, nowadays you see way more accessories and way more rare stuff on those cars than back then. And like, that's 22 years ago. And no passing eye. Okay, he has the GM lights there, but like, you know, just those cheap Ford, don't get me wrong, but like, they are not like nowadays. Everybody has the stadium race lights and stuff like this. Not so much back then. And I think those are the oldies. I don't know. Wow, I loved this as a kid. I was sitting in front of this and was just studying everything. They are so... I don't know how to say that. I don't find words for that. But it's so... Just over... Like, so cool. That car is still around, huh? Isn't it? It's gray on top. Or maybe it's a different one. I don't know. Look at that 36. Awesome. And you don't see as many, like I said, speed lights or driving lights as we have on those cars nowadays. But just so cool. And it's weird, you see Pontiacs and Hudsons, Mercurys. You don't see that as much today. It's just like a Chevy fest. Which is, I don't know, kind of sad. Porkies. Is this still considered a bomb? Because I was always thinking like bombs go till 53, maybe 55, but definitely not a 58. I don't know, let me know. And I bet you it's a small block. It's not a 348. And it's stock. And yes, stock and small block Chevrolet. Also super nice. At least a straight 6. And no hydraulics, huh? Stock. And probably 14 inches. I wanted to say that in the other one, the 39, I think those are not 13s. That's the Selena car. Wow. Look at that Cadillac. Those had hydraulic windows, and you know, like the little brother was like messing around with his little sister. You push her out, you hit the thing, and the hydraulic, bam, rolling heads. 53 Oldsmobile, cool. See, where are those cars now? I think this car is still around, but it's just a Chevy fest nowadays. Cool. How cool. Wow. So everybody knows who this is, I guess. Dominguez. Do I have to say more? It's a yeah, Jacob Senior. Lowrider bikes. 59. Yeah, is that a bump? No. So I never got that about that, but like, of course I like it. Beautiful, the color combination. I also tried to recreate that as a model kit. And the tovars. It's so weird if you have old Lowrider magazines and you go through them, like every other, like through the 80s, late 80s and 90s and 2000s, it's always a tovar. Always. And it doesn't lay frame. Weird. Suspension. Wow, no hydraulics and no air ride. Weird. That car is still around, I think. That's owned by that one painter out of Las Vegas. With those Cadillac taillights. Crazy. Crazy. That's the Selena car. Wow, I did not know that. I mean, I don't really like it, but that's cool, huh? Better bombas. Plating. Oh, and the Conrad Garcia. I think this is like an all-star magazine, huh? Like an all-star. Let's just feature all the guys that always hang together, and like the Tovar, the Domingos, and the Garcia. Conrad Garcia, who also owns the Tower of Power and the what's the other car that I really like that he's scored like for 10 grand, and I'm not talking about the Violet Rose, about the other one. Yeah. He later added that fake Woody thing. That's what I don't understand. And he had like the first one who had like the fish tank or whatever that was. Yeah, it's a nice car. I wish he would have left it like this. I always like the color combo. I don't care if it's a photo or not. This is cool. On hydraulics, super cool. Cool car. Okay, drop a bomba. I dropped the bomb. But my wife didn't really like that. I told her we got another parts car. Okay, so Thank you for watching and have a nice day.